What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you 3 really simple tips in SERUM 2. So I've got this patch pulled up here to use as an example for this one. So let's say I want to bring the filter in, and I'm just going to assign envelope 2 here. Get a sound like this. What you can do is you can come up here to the filter, right click, and then select frequency response and FFT. So now the frequency response is showing up here on the display. The blue lines here, they're the actual frequency content of the sound. And the green lines, they're the signal after filtering. So you get a nice guide for what the filter's actually doing to the sound. Very handy. Alright, for this next tip, I just got a vocal pulled up here to use as an example.
You never saw me right. You saw what you wanted.
Very dry. So let's say we pull up SERUM 2 effects and add some reverb. And let's put it up to about 50%, something like that.
You never saw me right. You saw what you wanted.
So typically, to make the dry signal cut through and not be completely drowned out by the reverb, you can bring in some pre-delay. So the good thing about SERUM 2 is you can right click on the pre-delay and set it to the BPM. So now when you make any changes to the pre-delay, it's going to sync it to the tempo of the project.
You never saw me right. You saw what you wanted. Oh, baby,
Much
it's
cleaner.
on me.
So syncing the pre-delay to the BPM can give a much cleaner and more coherent sound. So this is a really useful feature. Alright, this tip's great if you work with a lot of samples in SERUM. So let's say you've downloaded a bunch of one-shot samples from Splice and you want to bring them into SERUM. So I'll just set this to sample, drag one of these in. If I start scrolling through these, you can hear they're all different pitches, which can be really annoying when you're scrolling through the samples because you have to keep changing the pitch of each one of them to match the key of your project. So what you can do, just right click on one of these samples so you can show it in its folder, and then just come through and copy all of them. Now go into your SERUM folder, SERUM 2, down here to the samples, and just save it in the user category. Already got one here for Splice. Mixed. So now we want to go through each one of these files and just add a number at the end. So E3. This one, 3, D, 3. This one's already got a number. This one's got an underscore in the way, so we'll get rid of that. Put a 3 there. Just keep in mind that for this to work, it needs to be either an underscore or a space at the end of the file name. Then the note name, so E, A sharp, D. Then just the register, so 3, 2, 5, for example. So now back in SERUM, just going to go into the user, into that folder that we just renamed everything. Click on one of these. I'll also bring up the tuner so you can see that we're hitting the note C each time. And now as I play through, you can hear they're all in the same key now. So this is just a really handy technique when you're working with a lot of samples. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.